Welcome, everybody, as we continue day 3 of competition at our 2025 Tactical Nationals. I'm Lauren Khalil, and I have one of my good friends all the way from Europe, from Poland, Matt. Polish Matt. That's the name one of the many names that we give you.
Hello guys, my name is Matt. I'm from Poland Shooting Center. We host first international event this year. It was pleasure to see all the athletes in Europe, in Poland. Yeah.
And it's been a good time. Right now we have our women's elite, our first squad that's out there. Olivia Scott, Ashley Hoon, Lexi Dickinson, Jackie Wolf, and Cassidy Bacon, who's sitting just outside of the top 5. But Matt, you are also here competing this weekend. You have one stage left, the Strength Erg. But tell us, how did you operate this stage of 10 rounds with rope climbs?
We didn't make 10 rope climbs because we are babies. We start intermediate, so we have alternate rope climb and 3 burpees over the rack. It was not easy. The wheeler, it's not so light and it pushes your arms very strong. So heavy breathing and shooting is not so easy as it looks like. So girls perform really well. But first run is easy. Let's see in 4 or 5 runs how they survive this.
So at the halfway mark, that's when the fatigue started to set in for you?
Like 7th run starts killing me. So.
The 7th round of 10. Okay, so just over the halfway mark. And we do have a 15-minute time cap. The odd rounds, they will shoot with their rifle, and then the even rounds, they shoot pistol. But as they're coming up on shooting pistol here, it's freestyle. So athlete's choice. How did you stand up there, Matt?
I just shoot standing, both hands, don't touching barricades, because I never learned touching barricades with pistol interrupt my shooting. As I see some people here using barricades to support pistol, but you need to train this. It can help, but without training, it can interrupt.
And I think what's great is we're out here this weekend for nationals. We have athletes, both who have qualified for nationals, also the intermediate division, but on top of that, athletes from all over the world. You know, you and the other crew from Poland is here. There's athletes from Canada, Germany, France. When you found Tactical Games, how many other regions did you know of athletes that were involved from overseas?
So far, Europe is growing, and we push maximum effort to grow Tactical Games in Europe. Right now, we have 7 shooters from Poland. There is a big crew from France, which compete in our event in Poland. We have some German guy starting Tactical, and he performed very well. It's very good seeing some Europeans on the top in Tactical division. So far, I know Nick is working also on different continents to grow. Our goal is to make next year 3 events in Europe and in the Middle East. And if everything goes smooth, we want to grow to 6 in 2027. So we'll push to grow Europe fast and bring more shooters next year. And I hope they can compete in Tactical and Elite someday.
I think it's encouraging because, you know, we look at Tactical Games. It started the end of 2018, early 2019, and just the growth in the last 6 years has been massive. But as I sit with you, you're not just planning for next year, you're planning beyond, up to 2027. What are some of the logistics that you need to work on to include Europe and even other parts of the world? Because we are working with real firearms. Everybody has different rules and regulations. What are some of those logistics?
Europe is not so easy like States, because every country have different laws, and it's not so easy to run those kind of competition in each country. So we decide to go Italy. Next year we are working on Jordan, Middle East, but that's not easy because logistics. We need to ship all the racks, all the heavy gear there. We almost make contract with the military base there where we will run the competition. They will rent the guns. In Europe, it's hard to rent the guns because you need to take care of sport license for the shooters. It's not easy to sell ammo, but we'll handle that and we will find a way. For 2027, we find almost countries for growing the sports. So idea is to make more events in France, in Finland and Hungary 2027. So the idea is to have 6 events in 27 in Europe. That's my plan to do.
That's impressive. And I think part of tactical games is, of course, the community is outstanding. Having a sport where you can continue to push yourself is great. But also being able to see different parts of the world, looking at a calendar, and whether it's regionally in the U.S., having specific places you want to see. Or I know next year when I go to Italy, well, I'm going to add some time in to get some pasta and wine. And even this year coming to Poland, we climbed a mountain whether we wanted to or not. We ate a lot of pierogies. And have you ever been able to see the world and travel as much as you have since tactical games?
So the vibe on tactical games you cannot compare to any other competition. So I fall in love in this competition, and then that's my 5th time. It was 4th time starting at the tactical games, 2 times this year and 2 times last year. So whenever we travel, we try to travel around the place where is the competition to spend some time. We was in Texas twice, we was in Utah, so we was in Zion and in the national parks there. It's beautiful. We was in Florida. We want to try to catch some alligator, but nothing's happened. We didn't
You
see.
wanted to catch an alligator?
That was the plan, but it didn't
But you
happen.
didn't.
No, we didn't see alligator.
You'll have to go back.
Yeah, so next year we will come back for the for Florida event. So I hope we will find someone. And for athletes from states, it's a very good opportunity to go to Europe, to make some sightseeing, to watch around old continent a little bit. So Italy one, it's a great opportunity to make holidays there. The event will be in August. So it will be very, very hot. It will be like 40 degrees Celsius. The range is beautiful in the top of the mountain, but it's rocky and the rocks are gray. So it will be hot. That will be hot. So prepare for very high temperatures there. But after that, we are 1.5 hours from the Rome, so you can see the Rome. You can drive around. You can go to Venice. You can just enjoy Italy. My goal is also to make pasta for all the crew. We will already book some big villa for all the crew, and I want to cook some bolognese.
You want to make the pasta.
I will. I will cook for you.
Okay.
And for all the team.
Tell me a better combination. We show up and Matt cooks for us. That sounds incredible to me. As we sit here and we watch the women on stage 7, this is rounding out their weekend. You already did this one. You still have the strength erg, and I don't know if anybody could hear the yelling and screaming happening behind us, but that is because people are cheering them on the strength erg. You have some power in your body. I've seen you with the fighting. I've seen you pushing it through these stages. What is your mindset going into your final stage of the weekend?
Die on it. That's my goal.
Die on the strength erg.
I will push myself to the limit and just fall down after. That's the plan.
Because you don't need anything left in the tank when you're done.
No more shooting, nothing else, so just the limit on the strength machine.
I love to hear it. And as we continue to watch, if you've been watching along, this is our leader the entire stage through so far, and we're more than halfway into it. Cassidy Bacon, she sat in 6th place going into this at 448 match point. Oh, I'm sorry, at 728 match points, just below Katie Batiste at 741 match points. So as we mentioned off the top, the top 5 elite women will advance to a final stage. So she's just looking to put up that time to beat, knowing that Katie Batiste will be coming up in a stage after her. So really important for her to know her paces. And with a stage like this, we won't know the exact time right away because they're paper targets. How do you as an athlete, Matt, balance how fast you want to go with the physical stuff with making sure that your heart rate and hands and vibes are under control?
Every miss on the stage is 10-second penalty, so if you see the holes in paper, you need to try to hit. If you didn't, it's harder, of course, but you have optics, you can always kind of look on the target. So if you stop missing, slow down. There is no sense to push so fast if you make misses, because every run they shoot how many times? 8.
For this one, yep, it's 8. 8
So
pistol and 8 rifle.
Possible 80 seconds penalty if you miss. So I use Garmin, and I always look on my pulse, and I try to not shoot over 140 heart rate, because I know I didn't hit over. I try this, I test this, and yeah, 140 is the limit for me. Rifle freestand even lower. That's the hardest shooting rifle.
When I
freestand.
see anything around 150 on my Garmin, I know that I got to slow down. Otherwise, we're going to get in the red zone pretty quick. But overall, how many folks from Poland did you travel with to nationals this time?
We are 7 shooters, and Michael, our media guy. Sorry, that was a joke.
You guys have such a fun group, and you also have somebody in your group that's from France. He's
Yeah.
kind of a transplant. He moved to Poland. Was it to get more involved with the Poland Shooting Academy, or what was the reason?
The Slimak is the guy who came to.
That's not his name.
Yeah, Slimak.
That's his nickname you guys
Adrian.
give him. Adrian.
Adrian, yeah. Slimak is the snail because he's from France, so
He's a snail.
it's fit. Yeah, he's super fast snail, SFS. He came and moved to Poland to shoot because in France they cannot make any normal stuff like reholster pistol, like running with guns. So he decided to come to normal country, which is okay.
Normal country.
Normal country depends on the guns laws. I mean, so yeah, we say that Poland is the Texas of Europe because we can make exactly same what we can do here, and not all Europe is same. So
I think that was in the Instagram bio too, because after I met y'all a couple of years ago at the YO Ranch, followed you on Instagram, and I got a chuckle with Nick and Amanda, like, hey, these guys say that they're from the Texas of Europe. We got to learn more about them.
yeah, that was our marketing idea, and it fits well to us. So yeah, we want to be from Texas, but it's hard to take Texas to Europe. So
It is, so you have to create it over there for yourself.
yes,
When do you return back home?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? So you're not going to do any tourist attractions this time or go somewhere else? You can't catch alligators here, but I don't know, a quick trip to Florida?
We arrived Monday, so we have 6 or 7 nights here. It's enough. We decide to make, because we travel more and more, so it's not possible all time to stay longer because we have a lot of events at our ranch in Poland, and we need to take care of them also. So the time is closing.
It's closing. We're almost in the new year. How many more events will the Poland Shooting Academy host this year?
2 more. Tomorrow we are preparing the Christmas event, night shooting and night vision shooting, and we will make the Christmas party for our club members. And we will chill for 2 months, and we will start again season in March. And we will come back in March here to Florida, so we need to focus about training a little bit to not start in intermediate anymore and try to go tactical. So
I think it's about time all of you bump up to tactical.
yeah, we should.
You said, will you in 2026? Or
Uh,
have you registered yet for any regional events?
I registered to Florida and to Iowa, so Texas next year.
In men's intermediate.
No,
Okay.
tactical.
Okay. So you did.
I did.
That's what we want to hear. Y'all are very competitive shooters. A pleasure to be around all the time. And
Pleasure is to be here. Whitney rent us a nice Humvee, so our whole crew driving around.
I think
with
it had
Humvee.
Tactical Games branding on it this time, too.
We
It's
put,
not hard to miss you guys.
yeah, you can see us here. We put big flag on the Humvee, so we're visible.
The Poland flag.
Poland flag and our gym,
The Kobe flag.
Kobe tactical gym flag on the Humvee. So yeah. So what's going on the stage?
So she is getting close to finishing up. I think she's past her 7th round because we have
Did
just...
you count?
Did I count? No, but I have been paying attention as she alternates, but now they're done. So you know that she was pushing it at the end, but able to get quicker splits throughout, which I think is really interesting with an athlete like that, especially because she doesn't have the advantage of being in the final squad or even what we would call like our top squad. So all of our other athletes that are in the top 5 are squatted together. So I think it's really cool to see Cassidy Bacon be able to still make a push for the top, even though she's not in lanes against her top competitors.
She's pushing very strong, as I see.
This is Matt for everybody that's been
Hello.
able to hear his voice. I'm Lauren Khalil. Matt, it's always great to sit down, hang out with you, and what do you think you're going to finish on the strength erg back there?
I hope for 600 6,000 kilos. That's my goal.
6,000 kilos. Okay. Well, good luck to you. I can't wait to see how you ultimately do, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you a lot. Thank you, guys.
We will have another squad of elite women coming up in just a moment, but let's take a look at our overall standings, and these have been updated with all of their stages up until this point. So Janae DeCossin able to stay firmly in that top spot. E. Schurch heading into today and now after all of her scores have been added in, she sits in second place and has made a huge push after day one. Jordan Sessions dropped down just a little bit, but the storyline is then from 3 down to 6. We're seeing who is going to be the final top 5 going to the last stage. The point spread incredibly tight. Jordan Sessions is ahead of Lupe Hernandez by only about 10 match points. There's 100 points on the line in this final stage that all athletes in this division will take on. And then Katie Batiste will be in this next squad, and she's been going toe-to-toe with Cassidy Bacon, who we just saw put up our leading score from the elite women. What they're doing, if you guys are just joining us, welcome. I am Lauren Khalil, and they will be at stage 7. It is Relax Guy. It's going to be 10 rounds of a wheelbarrow, 2 55-pound bags, so 110 pounds total. That does not include the weight of the wheelbarrow, though, so over 110 pounds. They'll do 1 rope climb, get back to work on the wheelbarrow, and then approach the firing line. On the odd rounds, they'll be working with the rifle, and the even rounds, they'll be working with the pistol. So only 5 of each, 130 yards for rifle, 16 yards for pistol. And as we wait for our next squad of elite women to take the floor, I also am joined by one of our friends from Night Force, Alexander Crown, and it has been a fun weekend. We've seen so much fitness, incredible shooting from these athletes. They're 13 stages in at this point. How are they feeling? What's going through the athlete's body and mindset?
I bet they all feel great. It's,
Said no one ever.
Never. I was talking to Blair earlier, and she said she was feeling pretty good. Some of the stages a little harder than others, but overall she was feeling pretty good. And I bet they're going to bring it pretty hard on this next one. Yeah.
This next squad's going to be awesome. It's going to have most of our top competitors, and they right now are getting that sight picture in. Closest to us, E. Schurch. Next to her in the gray top, Blair Drum. In our center is going to be Janae DeCossin. In the center is going to be Lupe Hernandez. Next to her is 2-time national champ Janae DeCossin, and then all the way on the far right will be Katie Batiste. But the point spreads are tight. This is the last opportunity to bump into that final top 5 that will have one more stage. I've gotten a little preview of it, and the finals are going to be fun under the lights.
Yeah, that one's going to be – that's always a lot of fun, right? Like, that's kind of the big build-up all weekend. Who's going to be down there? What's it going to be like? The vibe's always crazy. Everybody's going nuts. The lights really bring a lot to it, and you really see them dig deep in that one. And just bring everything they've got to the table. And you remember last year how, it was just so tight and so neck and neck, and it was pretty intense, and I'm looking forward to it this evening.
They will really send it for those last points, and it's funny because thinking that the better you do, you earn more work for yourself.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You earn to hurt more. I think it's just a good representation of what this whole sport is about.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at how many events they've already kind of conquered, if you will, and how much effort they've put into it, and they're going into this one, and it's just so impressive. Like, I'd like to know total amount of weight they've lifted over the weekend.
Yes.
You know?
So I'm having a rough draft, the back of the napkin math
Okay.
of at least the shots that they've shot over the course of the weekend.
Yeah,
Because,
that'll
folks,
do.
it is a lot of rounds.
That's right. So we kicked it off here, and looks like you said 110 pounds in the wheelbarrow, correct? And what's the distance?
And the distance, I would say probably about 50 feet
Okay.
from the firing line over to
the rope climb.
That's Janae DeCossin right in the middle. We know she is fantastic at rope climbs, and I mean, just a fantastic athlete altogether at both shooting and the fitness side of things, which is no surprise knowing that she's won 2 national championships. She's going for her 3rd this weekend. And just such a workhorse. When you talk about somebody who is putting in the man hours and going back to the drawing board, looking at what maybe didn't connect with her at some of the regional events and finding the data to prepare for this is exactly what Janae does after each regional event throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you watch her, she's just laser focused, just in it the whole time.
So here she'll start with her rifle. So that will be on all of our odd rounds. They'll have to be shooting on different areas of the barricade. It's 130 yards out, and the target that they're going to be looking at is just one big circle.
Okay. All right.
And I like the way that she's also all the way pushed up, has the magazine resting to give herself a little bit more stability.
Yeah, as much of a stable platform. Looks like she's also wrapped her support arm around sort of the apex of that barricade
yeah,
to give
good
her a little
call.
extra. And you can see her hands on top of the rail, just really squeezing it up against the side of the barricade.
So Janae will be done with round 1. She will start now round 2 as the rest of her competitors are finishing up on the firing line. And E. Church, though, chasing her down. Again, 10 total rounds. So there's a lot of room and time for things to change up. A 15-minute time cap. Yeah, and even Janae, she's probably about 5'2", maybe 5'3", a shorter athlete.
Yep.
But she is able to be incredibly efficient in those rope climbs, even as somebody who's a little bit shorter among the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You can watch their feet work on the ropes. You know how important that is. Rope climbs are, there's a special technique to it, and if you don't have that technique down, you're really going to struggle. And all of these athletes, they've got it. They know how to climb ropes. So now she's going to pistol, and
16 yards
16.
out about.
Okay. 16, 8 rounds of pistol, correct?
Yep, 8 rounds.
8, okay.
And for this one, they'll have 5 different circles that they'll have to shoot in.
Each
so
stage, yeah.
each time that they use their pistol, they'll have to get into a different target, essentially. So her and E. Church are into their second round at the firing line. You can see when the fire goes all the way to the left of the screen, that's E's lane. And Janae is done.
Looks like Blair and Lupe are getting up to the firing line.
Yep, so Blair is going to be to the left in the center and Lupe right next to her in the hat.
And then we can see, we had
Or we could.
Katie in frame, but
Katie's also up
we
there.
shifted, yep.
Yep, and then E now starting her work on her third round as Janae is just about finishing up her rope climb. So Janae extended her lead just slightly. And something else to note is in this specific stage, something that makes it even more challenging for the athletes, you'll notice as soon as they get done with their rope climb, they have to grab, and we apologize if you can hear that right now, there's some construction happening.
Right in front of us.
Literally right in front of us as they get ready for the finals. But anyways, as she got done with her rope climb, you might have noticed that she picked her magazine up to create even more challenges for these athletes. They don't keep the magazines on them. The athlete themselves has to remember to pick it up each round. And if they don't remember, that time is so costly by the time they do.
Absolutely. And, I was just sitting here thinking about between the wheelbarrow and the rope climb, their grip strength is just, and the whole weekend overall. But, when you get to pistol, grip strength is so important for your stability and sight picture. And, it'll be really interesting to see how their hits shake out, especially on pistol.
So there on the right, Lupe Hernandez getting down from her rope climb first. Blair Drum right behind her. And once again, if you're just joining us, Blair Drum, only 11 months postpartum, a brand new mom.
Weeks.
I'm sorry, not months. Yes,
yeah,
weeks.
Yeah,
weeks. She has her new baby daughter with her out here. Both her and her husband are competing this weekend, and just seeing how quickly the human body can recover and return to competition in our most elite field is truly, truly impressive. So E. Church now still right behind Janae. She's going up for her rope climb as Janae now heads back to the firing line for her 5th iteration. And more construction, so we're in the construction zone right
That's
now.
right. Getting ready for the big event.
Exactly.
We got to make everything perfect.
So we're just about 6.5 minutes in. A 15-minute time cap.
Right. Remind me again how many iterations of both rifle and pistol they're doing.
5 each.
5 each. Okay.
So
all right.
this should be the end of her 6th.
Yep.
Because pistol's even. As I have my little tally counter on my paper here.
Yep. So Lupe
then-
heading down,
Yep, and then that's Katie Batiste to her left.
climbing up the rope. Janae just got down there.
Yeah, and these are about 15 feet each rope climb.
See Janae grab rifle and heading back down.
And then E-Church now just jumping up for that rope climb. So she's about a half a round behind Janae at this point. So once again, Janae able to extend her lead. But for somebody like E at this point, knowing that this is the last stage that they do before getting into the finals, it's not so much about, can I chase down Janae at this point? It's how much can I secure myself to stand on the podium in 2nd overall? Because if you look at E's story, she has finished in... Sorry, she's finished 2nd at nationals the last 3 consecutive years.
That's right. That's right.
So
Yep.
she really is trying to break the 2nd place curse. It looks like she might not have the opportunity to do it this year, but again, such a incredible competitor among these elite women, always out there pushing. She's a full-time corrections officer, so we know that, just how challenging it can be to make it a priority, to make time to train for something like this at such a high level.
Oh, yeah.
So Janae done with her 7th round now as she will make her way back.
Do you know how many years they've all been competing in tactical games? I know I'm
So-
setting you up on
No,
the spot, but
that's totally fine. So Janae started, I know she was doing CrossFit and she really had hopes of qualifying in the regional era. She started, I believe, in 2022.
okay.
Might have been Janae's first season competing, and I believe that E-Church was around the same time.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, so they've been I've been doing this for the last 3 years, and they've both been here as long as I've been doing it, as well as Blair Drum. I think the three of them actually started around the same time, as well as Lupe. Lupe's story is interesting because she got involved through her husband, Sal, and before she started this sport, she had no shooting background. So I think that that's just a testament to, you know, you didn't need to grow up around guns. You don't need to have a hunting or an action pistol background. You truly can just have the desire to want to come out here and learn and get better and be really successful, just like E.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, just like Lupe.
And Lupe's also competed with her sister, correct?
She did this past year at the YO Ranch at our team event, her and her sister. And I do think that was her sister's first tactical games event. She has a bigger background in like running. I think she does high rocks and maybe some of the obstacle course racing. So it was cool to watch the two of them and the sister bond first, but also Lupe's sister just being, Lupe's sister being open to learning, and it's okay.
Competing.
We don't need to look at the leaderboard. This can just be a fun thing that we do together and learn as we go.
So my first event that I ever attended was West Virginia team event, and Lupe and Sal were a team. And watching them work together was really impressive, right? Because you think of that kind of marriage dynamic, but then the team aspect here, and they did a great job just, you know, playing off of each other and you know, each other's strengths and strategizing together, and it was really impressive to watch.
Seeing couples that can compete together and not the relationship doesn't end afterwards is a very interesting balance, and I think it welcomes very specific personality types.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, you know, the team events for me, like I'd rather just have myself to blame. You know, I don't want someone else to blame me, but they did a great job at that event.
So I believe that Janae DeCossin is now done with all of her rifles. She should be approaching, we can see what
we'll see what she
magazines
picks up.
She has left after she gets done with this rope climb. She might have more than that, actually.
Looked like a rifle and a pistol.
And we'll see. Yeah, it looks like
2 pistol, 1 rifle. So she just picked up a pistol.
So she'll essentially, if you think about it, 1 more full round. So 1 more to the rifle and 1 more to the pistol after this firing sequence.
Yep.
And we're approaching just over the 12-minute mark.
Yep. And this is a 15-minute time cap, so doing pretty good.
Yeah, making good pace.
Yep.
We don't have any athlete in the women's division that has finished yet. Cassidy Bacon from the previous heat, she got close, but just ran out of time at the time cap. And you also have to take into consideration that since this isn't a steel stage where you know where they're at in real time, you have to go back and tabulate the targets. So having this be the stage that they end on, and it's kind of a blind leaderboard until they get to the end. You don't really know if you made it to the top 5, where if they ended on a penalty stage with those steel targets, they could kind of do the math and figure it out. So I think that adds even more to the anticipation.
Well, I'm sure there's more than a few folks back there with spotting scopes and binos checking their targets and keeping tally for them. But
Lupe's husband, Sal Hernandez, he is looking at everybody's target, and he has his little black book. So I don't know how lucky we are that he didn't compete this weekend for the elite women's field, because Lupe's getting a lot of feedback from him.
I talked to him about that earlier, you know, just see how he's feeling. And he said he's been having a lot of fun kind of as that coach role for a lot of folks, you know, Lupe and others. And I think that can be, it's probably pretty helpful for him too, you know, just when he comes back and competes next year. But so this is Janae's last rifle.
Yes, now she's at the last.
Now we're on our last rifle.
8 shots of her rifle. Has about 90 seconds. And this is kind of the game that I'm sure the athletes are playing, and especially Janae, is, okay, I can probably get through these shots quick. I know I can do my rope climb and the physical work, but is it worth it to maybe shoot okay or pay a little bit more attention on the shooting line, slow it down with the potential to not finish the work but earn more points on her target?
Get those hits. Definitely got to get those hits.
Yep. So she will make her way down, have 1 more rope climb, grab that last magazine.
Yep, 45 seconds left.
but regardless, I think her score, or her time rather, is going to be the time so far to beat, as Cassidy didn't make it in to that last round. She was somewhere in that final rope climb.
You remember the old show American Gladiators? Like
I
when we
do,
were
yeah.
kids? Yeah. I remember watching that and watching the commentators and be like, how cool is that?
And look at you.
Look at us. Look at
Look
us.
at us now.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
This is like Anchorman.
Yeah, not me. Not me.
We don't have a teleprompter out here,
No,
though.
we don't. And we're not like, hitting stuff and yelling.
No,
Well,
we're
we
not
could.
that
We
obnoxious.
could,
We
but no,
could.
we're not. I'm pretty tired,
We
for being
could flip the
honest.
table if we
We
wanted.
could, yeah.
And that'll be the time.
it.
So I'm not sure exactly how many shots Janae was able to get, but she has made it further than any other athlete in the women's elite heat out here. E. Shurch right behind her in the squad of women, but nonetheless. Oh, and I love it. I
Yep,
try to
always.
lip read.
Yeah.
He's always talking to somebody on the other side. Yesterday, she was doing the stage where
Look
they
at
had
her,
that
slapping.
wall.
She had a great time.
She did.
Yeah.
And every time she would climb over the wall, I was trying to lip read because she would say
Oh,
stuff.
that's dangerous,
that
yeah.
we need to get like a hot mic on the field so
Definitely.
that we can hear them. I don't know that they would love that, but the audience would.
Live, we can't bleep anything out, and
Yeah.
it could be pretty interesting.
It would
It'd
be.
be entertaining.
It would. If anything, it would be entertaining.
That's
We
right.
might need to put a graphic like not child friendly
Yeah,
or
definitely.
must be 18 or older to subscribe.
Discretion advised. But
Well, Alexander, it's always great hanging out with
Always.
you. Thanks for popping in to cover one of the elite women's heat, and enjoy the rest of the evening. The final stage is going to be awesome.
it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure, and looking forward to spectating instead of commentating.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
okay. Well, you were great. You
Yeah.
definitely have a job anytime you want it. Come hang in the booth and talk fitness and
Perfect.
shooting. Nothing
Awesome.
better than that.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
And that will do it for our squad number 9 for our elite women, but we will have one more squad take the floor with our elite competitors. It's going to be squad number 10. It will have Jordan Sessions, Kalarina Woodard, and Crystal Herber, all elite competitors this weekend. And then they will also have our women's tactical athletes, Jin Chung and Jessie Curtis. So they will be the next to take the floor, and I believe Sale Hernandez, when he's done debriefing with his wife Lupe over there, he's going to come on over and join us on the broadcast. But until then, if you're joining us right now, thanks everybody for being here. We are having so much fun out at Reverly Peak Ranch. It has been a packed weekend of marksmanship, fitness, heat, dirt, dust, etc. And the women's elite division leaderboard. This is what it looked like heading into one of 2 final stages. The top 5 elite women will have an additional stage after this, but our entire division will be able to do this final one. And these were your top standings overall. 2-time Tactical Games national champion Janae DeCossin sitting comfortably in that top spot this final stage, worth 100 points. So not a lot of time for other athletes to make moves. And in the previous heat that we just watched, Janae DeCossin was the fastest, but keep in mind those scores need to go to scoring and tabulated with their shots versus misses. But right behind her was E. Shurch. E has put in the work and been able to move up the leaderboard. She was sitting around that top 5 heading into or at the close of yesterday, but then made some work today. And to round out our top 5, some really tight races between Jordan Sessions, who will be in this next heat, Lupe Hernandez, who just competed in the heat we watched, and then right at that cut line, Katie Batiste and Cassidy Bacon. What is on tap for this next round of women that will take the floor is stage 7. Relax Guy. It has that 15-minute time cap, 10 total rounds of work, but they will do 5 rounds with their rifle and 5 rounds with their pistol. So the wheelbarrow weight is going to have 2 55-pound sandbags for our elite competitors, and then our women's tactical, you'll see that they have 2 45-pound sandbags in their wheelbarrow. So they will go downrange, with the wheelbarrow. They will have 1 rope climb. They will grab a magazine, as they will not be on their person for this stage, and then they will return to the firing line with the wheelbarrow and begin their shooting sequence. We have that squad now getting in their sight picture and staging up and getting ready to go, but ending the weekend on this stage, you can only imagine how fatigued these athletes are between their grip, between their muscle fatigue. It's not common for us to have this many stages at an event, and if you're watching and curious what a typical Tactical Games regional event is, it's typically around 4 stages a day. So 8 total on the weekend. So this weekend we're almost doubling it, as we included a Friday for all of our national athletes. But we also have the intermediate division out here competing, which has been incredibly fun to watch them and be out here. Some of them first-time competitors, some of them return competitors, and it just overall has been exciting. And speaking of excitement, somebody who is very excited, as he's always coming in hot, is going to be Sale Hernandez. We will get him in the mic in just a moment here. And
you say my name a little funny. I think you have an accent. You're like Sale.
Sale Hernandez.
I think it's your northeastern accent.
Sal.
Sal.
Saul?
So some people call me Soul,
Oh.
which I'm like, how do you pronounce? How is there an O in my name? But okay, we're off to the race.
We're off to the race. So you say Saul?
Sal. Short for
Sal?
Salvador.
Am I not saying Sal?
I think it's your northeastern accent.
It's just my accent. We could
It
debate
is.
about this all day. But, this is our next squad of our elite women with a couple of tactical women in here. You just watched from live, actually, where this is happening. And what is some feedback that you can give, or maybe insight that we didn't see over here on the broadcast?
So kind of watching efficiency is huge here, how Jordan sets her wheelbarrow and then getting on the rope. The more rest you take, that's 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So now that's adding throughout the course of the stage. So now 10, 20, 30, 40. Now you just wasted a minute-ish of time, and that's a 15-minute stage. So that's going to come quick.
Sale always with the top-notch feedback on what exactly is going on. And then we were also talking about, having the magazines not on their person. We've talked about it all weekend, but especially having it in your last stage, potentially your last stage, where how fried is not just your body, but your brain.
This is hard because the sun's in your face. So right now they're dealing with that. They're fighting against the sun. They're fatigued. It's their last stage. And they just did the C2 strength this morning. So all that fatigue has piled on them for this last moment, for the weekend. Also efficiency on the barricade, getting on the barricade quick, not wasting a lot of time.
So Jordan Sessions closest to us on her rifle, right next to her in the all black, Kalarina Woodard. And then all the way down that you can see already getting to work on her rifle, that is going to be in our women's tactical division, Jessie Curtis, as the rest of the crew also now gets onto their 8 shots of rifle.
Jessie Curtis, a.k.a. the Bulldog. I gave her that nickname, and she likes it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, did she hear it?
She heard it. She likes it.
Okay, good. It's going to stick. But truly she is, because her and Jen, who are both in this squad, have had a really fun face-off and match between each other in the women's tactical division. So although Megan Kennedy is pretty much running away with it in their division, the two of them have had some fun races.
There was a little bit of twist in that, too. I know Megan had a stage DQ.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, so she lost 100 points right there.
When did that happen?
It happened at stage 13 up on the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she told me about it. She was a little bummed, but she really did well in the 2-gun stage, so I think that's going to help her out. But it's going to be interesting between her and Bailey.
So Jordan Session now, this is her second round of work. She'll get done with this, grab her pistol magazine, and then return back to the firing line.
Very good rope climbs.
Yeah, very efficient.
And people don't realize how much more challenging it is wearing that 12-pound plate carrier, the belt, the debris, all the sand, all the dust that gets in there. It's not as easy as it is in the gym.
And even when you think of the dust coming up, it makes it hard to breathe through your nose if you're not clearing it out regularly. I'm not doing any of this fitness, and I feel like I need to keep getting Q-tips up there just so I can breathe.
So I said this earlier, after every tactical games, I end up with either a sinus infection or really bad allergies just from all the sand getting in your face.
It's never ending.
Off to the pistol. And these shots are not easy. I think it's around 22 yards on a 3.5-inch circle.
Yeah.
Grip is smoked because you're doing a lot of grip stuff here, and yeah, I mean these are really hard pistol shots. So it's 8 rounds. There's 3 circles. I think they rotate between each one and shoot 2 twice.
Oh, okay. So I had that they had 5 circles.
No, so they have
but
3 up there.
you had the scope. You could actually see them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have one 5-inch circle at about 115-ish yards.
Yep.
And then they have 3 3.5-inch circles for pistol, but they shoot 2 of them twice. So one will have 16, or 2 will have 16, one will have 8.
And it's athlete's choice on which ones.
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe they get lucky and they miss into one of the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Were you able to see anybody shooting a competitor's target from the last
I
squad?
did, yeah. So somebody in the group before, so group 8 had somebody shoot somebody else's target, and I could see that happening in a stage like this with that 90-degree barricade. It's such a tight pour. I think it's only 3 inches in width. So you put your optic through, and if you're on max power, it's going to be so easy to shoot somebody else's target because you're going to see the first target you shoot. You're going to look at it like, okay, that's my target, and then start shooting. And that is 8 rounds that you just gave your friend.
Yeah.
Especially if they're good hits.
And your friend is going to benefit from it,
Yep.
not you.
Oh, yeah. And if you're in a tight race with your friend, then you're just helping them out.
Well, and the thing is, there's no way to, like the way that it is right now with, it is what it is. There's no way to really rectify a situation like that.
No, it's and this is what I talked about yesterday, is that being focused throughout the whole day. This is where some of these top athletes, they need to stay focused because you lose focus and then you start shooting the wrong target. You start self-inducing malfunctions.
So we're watching Jordan's session on screen right now, and going into this, she was sitting in 3rd. She's at 766 percentage points. Lupe Hernandez, 756.
I think I know who that is.
Percentage points. I think you might be familiar with Lupe, Sal.
Yeah, she did really good on the last stage. On the 2-gun stage, she did really well. They haven't updated the scores since then.
No, they did, because coming into this, I think Lupe was sitting either in 5th or 6th. Here, I can refresh it once more for you.
No, I am to see here.
And
The jungle run.
now I got a different setting.
No, sorry, the strength erg stage they haven't updated.
Or the strength erg. Okay, so there's still one more stage that they have to input.
Correct. So, oh yeah, it's super close.
And we continue to update practice score because our group here, they continue to add scores throughout the day. We'll have athletes that will go over to our arbitration truck. And that's where, if you have any discrepancies with your scores, you are able to talk to somebody on staff to take a look at those targets again and see if there was potentially a miss or something that you didn't see here.
So this is updated right here.
Oh, okay. Yours looks different than mine. My computer's slower than Sal's phone. My computer's like, we've worked too hard this weekend.
I think Jordan's on her 4th round, so I think this is her 2nd pistol iteration.
And we are just about 6.5 minutes into this next stage here.
On paper, this workout looks like pretty easy. You look at it, you're like, oh, that's not too bad. Lighter bags, just pushing a wheelbarrow and doing rope climbs. But that adds up because all the stuff you've done the last 2 days, your grip is smoked, your back, your legs, your quads. They did the strength erg this morning, so all that lactic acid, it's just, man, it's a lot.
At what round do you think the athletes are truly starting to feel the fatigue in this one?
I would say the 6th round.
So just over halfway.
Just over halfway, then the time comes so fast. A lot of them are grabbing chalk, dirt, whatever they can get just to get that last bit of grip. Also technique, getting a good pinch. The moment you slip up and your feet kind of do something crazy, you start stressing out, your heart rate goes up, and then you're debating if I should let go of the rope and come down or just try to re-grip. And I hate that. I'm sure that's happened to you in the middle of the workout. You're like, oh my God, what do? Do I let go or do I just give it a go? And the times I hold on, my grip gets way more taxed.
Yep. I rather go down, reset. The same with the barbell or even the sandbag. When we saw athletes holding it, no, I get much too fatigued that I rather just take a moment and reset.
Same.
And with those rope climbs, we talk about equipment and, there's some equipment that won't really make or break your weekend, but when it comes to shoes on the rope and making sure that you have ones that will allow you to grip is going to be an extra thing that you might want to keep in your bag.
Yep. Yeah, I always change my shoes. This is the one stage I bring shoes for that matter because I know that I have a good pair of rope climb shoes that'll Give
and
me a
that
better
aren't going to
chance.
fall apart. I certainly have pairs of gym shoes that would not hold up on a rope climb, and you'd see half my foot when I got done with the stage.
Yeah, and if you're training for tacticums, I think this is one of the most important movements to train because your grip is going to be smoked. You're going to be tired, and I would overtrain these just to be prepared for the unknown. I mean, we've done 4 of them in one little iteration, so that's a total of like 12 or 16.
So here's a question. Knowing that grip fatigue is something that very much is going to impact the way you shoot. With every rope climb, they are able to sub out 3 hand release burpees over the rig.
Is it 3 or 5? I think it's 5.
Oh, maybe for elites it's 5, and the other divisions it's 3. So I guess with 5, you probably, unless you were about to fail, would never choose that option
Oh,
here.
I would never, unless I'm absolutely feel like I'm going to fall off the top of the rope, I would never choose the 5 because I feel like it's even more exhausting. And then the time you're wasting easily because you're not going to go fast. You're going at a slow pace. You're not fresh. You're not going over a box. It's going to take you about 15 seconds, maybe 20.
You'll eat up a lot of time in that. Okay.
Happened to me at Nationals last year. I mean, the stage, the stage that costed me probably second place.
How many times have you practiced that since then?
Oh, can't even tell you. Probably 20.
You can do it in your sleep now.
Yeah, I try to practice rope climbs fatigued as much as possible. I never practice them just, hey, I'm going to be fresh and just try to see how many I can do. But you have to practice them either with some kind of Concept 2 machine, bag over bar, mix in a run, something to get your heart rate up. I mean, this is also a good way of practicing is doing the wheelbarrow, some kind of farmer's carry.
So Jordan will be more than halfway done now. We are just approaching the 10-minute mark, about 5 minutes until that time cap. So far, no athlete has been able to finish. It looked like Janae DeCostin was
so
about
close
to finish. I don't know how many more shots she had in that pistol, but
So she got to the line, I think, right? Or no, she didn't make it to the line.
I think she started shooting with her pistol.
I think it was a good strategy by her. She shot really well. I kind of glanced over at all the targets, and she was shooting so good. And she doesn't need to risk anything at the spot she's in right now.
Yeah.
Because we already know she's going to be in the top 5. So I think for her kind of being moderate here and saving that for the end is good because she risks it, she gets hurt, then it's like, or risk DQ, something bad can happen. It's like, there goes the top 5, then you're out.
That's a good point, especially with those athletes that have a little bit of cushion in the top 5. How bad do you want to put yourself in a deeper fatigue hole before you do the finals?
Exactly. And she's so efficient at rope climbs. Watching her, she's been, she's put the work in, so her rope climb technique was on point. So that's why she was so fast at this stage. I'm sure she didn't waste a lot of energy because she was so efficient. And on the shooting, she's getting right on the barricade, getting there quick, getting her shots on, versus wasting more time. So for her, I bet that stage didn't feel super challenging because of efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the best athletes in the sport at rope climbs, especially among the women's field. Jordan's session is done.
I used to think I was good at rope climbs until the tactical games brought them in.
Oh, yeah.
And I was shocked at how bad I was.
Well, I think it's also important to note, it's not just a slick rope climb. You have your belt on with your pistol on your side. You have your weight carrier. It really changes the technique and the way that you would operate and go into a rope climb.
Yeah, and I try to never, ever do these slick anymore because it's a disservice to me. Unless I'm warming up, I'm not prepping myself in the right mind.
It doesn't transfer into the sport.
No, and then, that weight adds the pinch. The pinch of your feet matter because slick, you can get away with a bad pinch.
Mm-hmm. And just raw upper body strength with this gear on, not so much.
And then adding in this wheelbarrow, they're not doing it on a smooth concrete surface. There's bumps. And anytime you hit those bumps, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it when they program wheelbarrows and it's on gravel or something crappy. It's just your hands feel the bounce all the way up your forearms and you're like, this sucks. Why did they do this? And then you wonder, you're like, yeah, Nick did this for a reason.
Yeah,
he could have found a different way, but he was like, no, it's going to be harder. We're going to do it on this surface.
Well, and that's part of it too, right? There's certain stages we've incorporated the turf or sled push. There's certain ones that you're like, okay, we can still get the same stimulus while making each lane the same, but there is that level of, hey, we're tactical games. We're gritty out here. We want you to have a little bit of unknown, and that's being at a range.
Oh, yeah. No, the elements play a huge factor. Talking with Spencer Panchik, he had told me that he goes, some of the stages in tactical games are harder than some of the ones I've done at the CrossFit games.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, the tactical games weekend is harder than some CrossFit weekends because of the elements. The sun, you're here, you don't have massage therapists here, you don't have ice baths. Here you do at nationals, which is awesome, but at regional events, you don't have all these other accessories, all these people helping you out, and you're not in the shade, AC, you're in the sun, the heat, the cold.
You got to bring all of your own food. And I mean, we do have our food trucks on here, but if you're an athlete competing, you probably want to meal prep and have your meals very precise, and bringing a cooler on site to make sure that your food is cold. And if you need to warm things up, finding a microwave, it adds all of those variables in that you kind of learn as you go and makes it more challenging across the weekend.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel bad because Lupe is probably the chef of the house and the person who cleans the house. I do my own laundry, but she meal prepped really well for this match.
You do your own laundry, thank goodness.
That's a good thing.
For that.
But I'll tell you what, I did clean her guns. I cleaned her mags,
Okay,
loaded
there
her
you
mags.
go.
So she did it. I told her, I was
There's
like,
the
do all the
balance.
stuff that you're good at. I'll do all the stuff that I'm good at. I'll do all the gun
Yeah.
stuff and ammo. You focus on the stuff that you want to do better, because I wouldn't cook very good. I'd probably burn the meat or, it would be
better
bad.
that Lupe cooks then.
Yes. All right, so Jordan's on the bottom port. That's my favorite port, actually. I like to start with that port.
It's interesting because I'm actually not able to see through that port in that position. I have to turn on my side.
I
don't know if.
Yes, I saw your video, the YO.
Yeah.
And I think so. That's easily a position that we could dry fire at home. Just getting in the position. You don't have to even press the trigger. Part of the success of that position is just getting in it and finding your perfect eye relief. And a lot of people just cant their. Let's see what number she's on here. But a lot of people cant their rifle and they try to put their cheek on the stock, but you can't do that when your rifle is sideways.
No,
you have to
okay.
free float your face from the stock about an inch.
Okay, we'll have to work on that going into the 2026 season.
Oh, you're going to compete again. I love it.
I will. And the camera didn't get down far enough for us to see how many matches
Yeah, but she has 5 seconds left. I'm not sure. That might have been her last round.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and that'll be time. So we will know that at least speed-wise.
Let's see. They got the mags. Glance over. Looks like the lane next to her had 1 mag left or 2.
We can maybe see how many she picks up here. Oh. But we do know Janeda Cawson has done it the fastest. We will have to look at practice score once it's updated to see exactly where those overall standings now, because the elite women are now done.
They're done. Yeah. Dude, my man. Thank you.
Done outside.
I definitely
What is
needed some
that?
Dr. Pepper.
Is
Dr.
that
Pepper's
what that is?
it's my favorite drink.
IPA.
Oh, no, this is Dr. Pepper, I thought. Hold up.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Thanks to Will Hutch with Zev for hooking me up with a nice cold Dr. Pepper, my favorite drink.
Cheers to Sal.
Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb? Which one? I like Mr. Pibb.
I've never heard of Mr. Pig. What's Mr.
Pig?
What's Mr. Pig?
Pibb.
Pib. I don't know what that is
What?
either.
Oh,
What is it?
man. You got to be kidding me.
Shabby, I don't care.
That's
What's Mr.
crazy.
Pibb? What is it?
What the heck? All right. Well,
Educate
so
me.
we need to go to Chipotle here in Texas. They always have Mr. Pibb on the little vending, the fountain machines.
I go to Chipotle. They have Coke products.
So they should have Mr. Pibb, because in Texas, all the Chipotles have Mr. Pibb, and that's usually my cheat drink. I don't know why, but Lexi likes Dr. Pepper as well, so I think we have a shared interest. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to need to look this up later. Maybe tomorrow, after I've had 14 hours of sleep, I'm going to go to Chipotle and get a Mr. Pibb.
It is so good. They're so addicting. I hate it because it's like I try to give up drinking alcohol during the season and try to be better at that. But it's like I need something. So I'll grab Mr. Pibb and I try not to finish it. I'm like, just drink a few sips and then that's it. I'm paying full price for it to only drink like 4 ounces.
Oh, that's funny. For me, at the end of an event weekend, I mean, some people, will go and choose, a beer is refreshing or a cocktail, glass of wine. I act like I'm 12 years old and I get a Shirley Temple. That is how I cap off my event weekends.
Wow.
So it's my nice little sweet treat to end it. But that'll close it out for the women's elite stages. One more to go. The finals for the top 5 men, the top 5 women. What will happen now is as the scores are tabulated, they will push those scores onto practice score. Athletes will have the opportunity to look at their scores, look at their paper targets, and there'll be a certain amount of time to arbitrate. If they have any questions or concerns before the finals, that will be their opportunity to go and talk to the folks in scoring, and then they will decide what top 5 men and women will have one more to go.
This is the toughest part of the competition. Is I always recommend to athletes take pictures of your targets. Just whenever you're done with the stage, grab your target, take a picture. Don't try to talk to the judges there. Hey, this is a hit. Just take a picture, save it for the end, And if you need to arbitrate it, just go to the arbitration area. Say, hey, this is, I'm lane 9. I'm lane 3. It was on stage 7. Can you please take a look at this target, my rifle target? I think there might be 2 hits there. Nick will pull it aside. He'll take a look. He'll recount everything and give you a fair judgment call. If he sees it, he's going to give it to you. If it's like, hey, man, that doesn't look like a double, then he's going to say, sorry, man. Like, if another athlete saw this, they would think the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. I've had a lot of opportunities to arbitrate because sometimes you shoot such a tight group, and it starts shooting a hole in the target, and it's like, man, that's tough to grade for these judges. They're sitting there, they're volunteers, they're grading thousands of targets throughout the weekend.
Thousands.
And, it's hard to make a judgment call on that. So I've probably lost some hits because of the shooting a hole out, So I like that they push some of the targets back because it takes away from shooting super tight groups. So the targets being further makes my groups open up more. So it's pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Well, it's been so much fun doing this broadcast with you. We might get you in on one of the top 5s.
Yeah, so if Lupe makes it, I definitely want to be live and, try not to get emotional.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely going to be live and cheering her on. And Jose is going to be in it, hopefully. And, I want to be on the mic when he's in it. And, man, I can't wait to watch both top 5. I mean, it was awesome being in it last year. Sucks not being in it this year, but at least I'm present in the moment and get to share it with him.
You're here from a different side of the
Yeah,
table.
for sure.
Sal Hernandez. Saul.
There we go.
We're going to get a pronouncer in there for me. But to be fair, Sal has butchered my name before, so I think maybe I did it.
That's true.
On purpose.
I don't know how I messed up your name so bad. I think I have a problem with like certain letters of the alphabet. I think yours just sounded. I don't know. It was weird how it came out, right?
I mean, it was great. It's my favorite memory.